Good morning. I'm back. Hopefully it's going to show up, turn the right direction. Yes, yay. So sorry. I hope you found your way back if you were already on. So, yes, I am Stampin' Dee Dee. I love crafting. I love trying out new ideas and showing them to you. So, we are here today, the first week of December, and outside it's dreary and damp and windy and cold, and so I'm glad to be able to be inside with you. And I'm looking right here. I'm wanting to discard that post, but I can't do that. Okay. So, I went to my first Christmas event yesterday. I went to a cookie exchange and came home with lots of good, fun cookies. So it's all started. I had a luncheon today and off we go, right, for the Christmas holidays. But I was looking for something that I could do this morning, and I was going through my stuff, and I thought, look, I haven't used these large gold hoops. What can I do with those? So I started playing around, and I found some ways to use them, and I'm looking forward to doing a little bit more experimenting. But for now, let me put these back in. You see, they're a nice size. They're a really nice size. And let's look at some projects that we might do with these. All right, first of all, now some of the dies I used on this are from old sets. Yeah, one of them is the Irresistible Blooms. This die right here is Irresistible Blooms. But I started looking through my things for some dies, some cutouts that would fit right inside this gold hoop. And so these are from the circles. Oh, what are those called? They're also retired. Not the layering circles. The layering circles. So this one is one of the scalloped ones. So these two are from retired sets, but if you have anything that's of interest in the shape of a circle, you could use that inside your gold hoop. The gold hoop is attached with glue dots, and it works perfect. It works perfect. So I just did a flower and a little bit of greenery and added some gold. And these are little gold butterflies, and embossed my sentiment in gold, and there you have it. Easy, easy. You could put any kind of an image on the front of this. It doesn't have to be a flower. Any kind of an image, but that's what I did with this one. All right, and then again, I used my gold hoop on the front, but I'm building around on it, and you can see it, a little bit here and there, but I used it as the base to build this on, and this is a non-traditional Christmas card. Non-traditional colors. I used Blackberry Bliss and Fresh Freesia and Pretty Peacock and let's see, shaded, what is the other one? Shaded Spruce. So again, I attached my hoop with glue dots, and then I attached the pieces that I used. These are from, oh my goodness. I thought I kept it, oh yeah, here. also a retired set, Winterly Treetops. I went through all of my current sets, and I didn't have anything that was shaped like this. So I used the Winterly Treetops and the bird from Winterly Treetops, and created this, Tidings of Comfort and Joy. I did emboss with the Fern embossing folder. I embossed my card front, and I did it in Fresh Freesia, and then I went over it with my blending brush with some Blackberry Bliss, just to give it some depth. All right, 2 things. And then, of course, the way we see these used a lot is as ornaments. So I did an ornament, and this is the Shepherd's Care, I believe, is the name of Shepherd's Care is the name of this set. And I did it on some glimmer paper. And again, I embossed my sentiment from the Shepherd's Care and just used some gold twine and put a bow on it and a gold star. So easy to do. Easy to do. And I thought what we would do is make an ornament. And we're going to make it a little different than this. Again, I'm using a retired set called Peace to You. It takes a special thing to work with the ornaments, and that's what I found. So that's what we're going to use. And thank you if you are watching live, and if you found me after I had to go away and come back. Thank you for being here, and I'd love it if you'd comment and let me know that you're watching. All right, so I'm going to use this piece from the Peace to You set. I'm going to use this. I thought this would work inside the hoop. Let me get my hoop out. It's fun to look around and see what you have to that will fit. So I'm going to use black Memento ink, and I am going to ink this up really well. And I thought what I'd do is try to make this 2-sided. This one is not 2-sided. It's not 2-sided. So I thought, okay, let me see if I can make this ornament 2-sided. And so that's what we're going to try to do here. Let me ink this up really well. We'll do these one at a time. So I am waiting. My husband, I cannot go up in the attic anymore. And so we're waiting on a young friend to get back to us who might be able to come over and just hand him the boxes down out of the attic. So I've got some Christmas things out, but we don't have a lot of it out yet because it's up in the attic. The tree is up in the attic. So that's just, all right. Hopefully I've got that enough. Let me put it right here. And I'm going to press it for a few minutes. Looks like my block is dirty. I'm going to press it down. Put pressure on the whole thing. Give it a minute to transfer the ink to the cardstock. Hi, Kay. Good morning. I know you're busy getting ready for Christmas. And your house is probably all decorated, right? All right. Let me lift this up and see if Oh yeah, it's plenty dark enough. And let me do another one now for the back. I thought, you know, these would be fun favors to give away. I mean, they're really so easy to do. I might put one in a stocking for my grandkids or my daughter-in-law. Just something special, something handmade. Okay. Okay, I think I've got it. I have to do it this way so I can put it down. Okay, now we're going to rub this one in good too. While I'm holding that down, we'll put my black ink away. I want all areas of this to be as even as possible. All right. Now, I'm just going to cut this out, and I'm going to use long scissors. And it will be very easy to cut because it's just straight edges. And I'm cutting right along the edge of the black. That's why I thought this would be such a good one to use. There's that one. Put this white aside. Okay. And I'm going to cut this one same way. Right along the edge of the black. There we go. Let me make sure they're the same size, and they should be. Perfect. Perfect. That made it easy. Now I want to use gold foil. And again, this is from Stars at Night, which is retired. But if you have any star die, see, this is just going to fit perfectly over that star. It's going to fit perfectly. So that's why I had to use this. So let me bring my mini cut and emboss over here. And get the pads. And I'm going to need to cut 2 of these. So, I'll cut the first one out. Okay. There's number 1. And cut another one right there. This time of year, I use this gold foil a lot. I use it for sprigs and a background and for stars. All right. And there's star number 2. I'm going to put my gold star back so I don't lose it. Got that done. That's the only cutting we're going to need to do. All right. I mean, this is going to be pretty easy. First of all, I think I will put the star on. And I'm just going to use my Tombow glue that I have in my little container here. And I'm going to put the glue right on this star. And position this right over the top. And I don't want any of the white to show. Okay. Get them on there. Good. All right. So now, you see how this is going to fit? It's going to just touch in 3 places, here and here. So I'm going to get my glue dots. I think maybe I ought to put my ribbon around this first. And I'm going to use some of the gold, the silver and gold. I'm going to use some of the gold. And the first thing I want to do is create my loop. And there's lots of ways to do that, but I'm just going to do it just like that. And I'm going to use glue dot. And I'm going to use my, take a pick tool, I think. Let's see if we can get the glue dot to, okay. And I'm going to put it in 2 places. I'm going to put it at the bottom. I had to roll it over a little bit. And then I'm going to get another one before we put it around the hoop. And I'm going to put it just a little ways up. I just want to get it on the ribbon. I'm just folding it over is what I'm doing. All right, now I'm going to put it on here. Position the loop in between the 2 glue dots. And I did this just to make it sturdy. Now you can do it any number of ways. And I'm going to put the ribbon over it. There we go. Now there's still play in there, but if you want to move it up a little bit toward the glue dot, it secures it. All right, now we're ready to use our glue dots again. And I want the glue dot to be right over the ribbon. So I'm just going to put it on right there. Come on. Get off. Get off my fingernail. There. And then, okay, so I'm going to put the point of this right on that glue dot. Then the other two are going to be down here. And I'm thinking I'm going to try to use, because on this one I did use the white glue some and it holds. So I'm just going to put some right on the end of this and right on the end of this. And line it up there and see if I can get that to hold. Yeah, I bet we can. So far, so good. Easy peasy. Let's turn it over and do the other side. So I'm going to use a glue dot at the top. And again, I'm going to use the wet glue at the bottom. And I'm going to position it right over the other one. Perfectly lined up. There we are. Move it that way just a little bit. All right. I'm going to hold that down for a minute. Mash on that. Looky there. All right. For the sentiment, I want to use Silent Night, Holy Night. Let me make sure that that is secure. And we'll do that on white. But we're going to use embossing powder, gold embossing powder. So let me use my Versamark ink to get it on my sentiment. I'm going to get my embossing buddy and clear me up some space. I'm going to use this space right down here and use my embossing buddy so that there won't be stray sprinkles sticking to it. All right, I'm going to put this one right here. I'll need two, one for each side. And I'll do the other one up here a little bit. Okay. Get out my gold embossing powder that I have just about used up. I have just about used it up. I'm going to have to get me some more. Although, uh-oh, I just bumped the camera, I noticed. My head. All right, here we go. Yep. Yay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I'm going to get our heat tool. Some noise here for a minute. While we watch the magic happen. There it goes. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it goes. There it is. Yeah. perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, I'll set some of this stuff aside. Bring in my trimmer. Yeah. Trim it to about that size. And that's about 1, 2, 3, 6. No. I'm trying to see what size it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 16ths, about 5/16. So I'm going to have to trim this one down some. Yeah. And about 5/16. I want them to be real close to the same size. This one did not trim evenly. Now, let's see. They're close. So I'll just trim this one down a little bit. All right. Oh, yeah. Yes, that's it. Okay. Now I'm just going to angle this and angle this. And angle this and angle this. Now those of you who measure, and I don't do that, and so mine are not as perfect as yours probably are, but look there, they're just right. All right, and we're just going to put these on. I think I'll put this right there. And I'm going to use the glue. Now I want to see, it's going to be fine. It's going to cover up a different part, and I can put a little bit of glue right there. Right there on the hoop. Let me make sure I've got it straight. Yeah. Right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, if you'd wanted to pop the star up, you could have done that. Now, this one is going to have to go across him, but I think it's perfect. Okay. Now, this, you know, I cut it the other way, but it doesn't matter. It's going to go right there. And then I'm going to put a dab of glue right here on the hoop. Yeah, if I'd wanted it to be perfect, I would have angled them the opposite directions. So you can see on the end, they're not angled the same direction. But I don't think anybody's going to notice that, you know, and it is, well, let's see. No, I'm not going to do anything to it. Next time, I'll angle them opposite directions so the end is even. Now, all we need to do is add a bow of the gold. So I'll tie a bow. Bring it way down. And the bow is going to go right here. On both sides, I think. I'm going to use a glue dot to put it on. I'm going to put it right up here on the ribbon. Yeah, I think, let me try. We'll try a bow on the other side, and if it doesn't look good, we won't use it. How's that sound? If it's too much. A little bit smaller. Make it as close to the other sides as we can. Okay. Let's see. I think that looks fine. If I don't like it later, I'll take it off. I think it looks all right. Put a glue dot on it. Put it right here on the ribbon. It's going to go right behind this one. I'm trying to make this bow a little bigger. It maybe will even look just a little bit like, I can't get this one to turn the way I want it to open up the way I want it to open up. So let me get my finger in there. There. Now. No, not yet. This side. There. Now. All right. There it is. Yeah. I think that looks fine. All right. Do we need anything else? I think it looks good. I'm still working with that one a little bit. All right. There we go. Who would not want to have that hanging on their tree. Isn't that beautiful? So, there are lots of things that you can do with these gold hoops, especially making ornaments. And I'm going to play around with that a little more and see what I can come up with. I love that. I love it. Well, I hope I've encouraged you, if you have the gold hoops, to use them. And if you don't have them, maybe give them a try. They're not just for Christmas, although they look beautiful with Christmas. Okay. And the ornaments, I just think that they're so easy. So easy. So, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that. And I will be back next week with something else new and exciting and different that I haven't tried before. So I hope you have a great week and have a lot of holiday fun. And I know we've just got luncheons or dinners or parties almost every night, every day. So, but you know, in all of this, I always want to be quick to remember that it's Christ that we celebrate during this season. And that's the most important thing. And then sharing that love with others. So, Merry Christmas to you. Have a wonderful holiday. I'll see you next Thursday. Thanks for being on, Kay. Bye-bye.